is Action Sports Jags. Jags Report Live. Coming to you live from Sneakers. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.
It feels good to win. It really does. And you can't really get caught up too much in the outcomes, but that feeling of winning, it's more of the feeling. It really makes you want to dial in more the next week.
Dewey got to the podium. Big performance by him in relief for Rayshon Jenkins. Big performance by that defense coming up big all afternoon long in the third and fourth quarters. Jags get it done.
Yeah, it was a great win for us as we welcome you to Sneakers. And we are celebrating a W tonight. We haven't had a Victory Monday since September, so we got the Cisco kid back in here, and we're going to break it down with our friend Andre Cisco.
That's the autograph tree right there.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
Pretty good right up here.
How you doing, Andre? Congratulations.
Sir, I'm here. Happy to be here on a Victory Monday.
Yes, that's right. That's
right. A little bit of tale of two halves.
Hey,
right?
Dewey Wingard said, or it was Kid Rock, I'm not sure who that was, but he said, we knew we were going to win.
Yeah.
And Trevor Lawrence said, we knew we were going to win. And I'm the skeptical old media guy going, come on, it's 17-0. I'm up there dog cussing you guys. Right. What happened? How did you stay confident?
You stay confident because we've been up 17, 14-0 in games, so you know how fast it could flip. So we had that confidence on the sideline to just keep guys up and energized.
Well, you did it with a second-half performance that really we didn't see coming after the first half. I mean, the first half, you guys struggled to stop the Raiders. But what changed in that second half? How were you able to flip it around?
Really just like working on us, working on communication, just being dialed in a little bit more. I don't think it wasn't too much about the Raiders. It was really about us just dialing in better.
Well, Jags were able to do it in the third and fourth quarter. It's no way at halftime I would have said the Raiders would have just scored 20 points there. No. I mean, the way that game was going, I thought it was going to end up being a shootout. You do have some new guys on field still, even 9 games in. I mean, Mooma's coming in a little bit for Lloyd, and Buster Brown's coming in for Trey Herndon. I mean, how much is communication king and getting familiar with each other, even though you've been playing now 9 games?
It's huge, and every offense gives you different tempos, and so you got to adjust to the game fast. When you guys got guys coming in and out, it might be their first series, and we already warmed up. So it's important for us to work that during the week.
You know, the NFL is all about quarterback play, too, and our quarterback yesterday had an outstanding day. Trevor Lawrence was dialed in and very accurate, made some big-time throws. What was it like watching from the sideline, Andre?
It was great. I mean, it was converting on third down a ton, so that was good to see, and they were scoring points.
Yeah, how much do you guys feed off, like, good play from him? Obviously, you feed off each other, right, and be complimentary. You guys always use that term. But, I mean, he threw some dimes yesterday, right? I mean, that's the talent that he has.
Yeah, and you want to keep him going, so you want to keep getting off the field fast and allow them to keep building up that momentum and be able to keep going.
Well, Dan, he got some help from another guy, too.
Yeah, another Clemson guy who was very impressive yesterday.
It's time for the game plan, sponsored by TIAA Bank.
I mean, what can you say about Travis Etienne? First off, if the ball's on the 1-yard line, he's getting it the rest of the year.
I would think.
He has a nose for the end zone, Andre. He scored 70 touchdowns at Clemson. I guess if you know how to score, you know how to score, and he's doing it here. He had a couple touchdowns yesterday. But, man, everybody continues to be amazed at how tough this young man is, because he's not the biggest cat in the world, but he runs up there between the tackles, doesn't he?
Yeah, and it doesn't surprise me. Like I said, I played him in college,
right? And
I knew how it was. You get him in the open field, square him up, and you still don't get him down. So
yeah,
it's been the same thing this year.
Well, take a look at the numbers for Etienne, because really it's very good. I mean, he's on some crazy pace right now this season as a second-year guy.
Right.
5th rushing in yards, 680. 5th yards per carry. That's the big one. 5.7 yards per carry. Yeah. And I don't think they've got him involved in the passing game yet, Dan. I mean, only a couple of catches a game. If they get that part going, there are comparisons to guys like Alvin Kamara with Travis Etienne. I think he's got that in him, too.
Yeah, he has been outstanding for the Jags. And, man, I mean, just when you're averaging 5.7 a carry, you better keep feeding him the ball, Andre.
Yeah, don't stop. No reason to.
All right, we had Dewey Wingard earlier. We heard from him, but he does come in the game. Wingard's an interesting cat around here. The fans have had this, love-hate, I guess, at times.
Yeah.
You guys seem to love him. He's a survivor in the NFL. He's a special teamer. And I think he did a lot of leading yesterday, it sounded like, from other guys in the locker room. Tell us a little more about Andrew Wingard as a teammate and what he brings to the table for you guys.
Oh, he's one of my favorite teammates. He's just a guy that brings it every day, same person every day. He does things the right way. Like, I've learned a ton from him, just how you got to work hard and just be consistent. And I take a ton from Dewey. And his play style, I respect a lot about him.
He has more nicknames than anybody on the team. What do you call him?
Dewey.
Yeah. All right.
How difficult is it for you, by the way? You're back there playing free safety. You got Rayshon Jenkins, who you've played a lot of football with this year. He comes in the game. Is that a seamless thing because he's played a bit, or does it take a little bit to get that communication correct?
There's like minor things that do change when someone else comes in, but for the most part, me and Dewey, we get reps during practice every now and then, and it's just enough to, when we get out there right away, we look at each other like, just talk to me.
Davante Adams started out like a house of fire. On the first drive, I think he had 6 for 88 and a touchdown. He had 9 catches by the half, and then he had 1 catch for no yards in the second half. So I ask you tell the fans, what changed in that second half?
Like I said, communication just kind of dialed in better. The game plan was to, deny him the ball. We didn't do it well enough in the first half. Just get on the details in the second half. We was able to make it happen.
They used him in different ways. Like, I loved when he lined up
in the backfield.
Kind of snuck out of there and things like that. Were there any things that surprised you what they did? Or you knew if he had 1 catch for 3 yards last week, they were going to get him the football.
Yeah, that's exactly what we said in meetings this week. Like, they're going to feed him this week. And they always feed him early in their game, so we expected that. But there wasn't anything that was, like, too surprising.
17 targets for him, by the way, yesterday.
Oh,
okay?
yeah.
Like, how good – the second touchdown – he got all the time in the world to develop, but how good was he's a tremendous route runner, right? He's just a technician.
Right.
How good was that? And how hard is it to defend sometimes? Sometimes they just make a really good play.
Right, yeah. That's all it was. It was like a delay, like you said, long play. And, he got in his route and did what he do.
I think Carr was 6 of 16 for like 33 yards of the second half.
That was it.
It was a total shutdown.
Amazing. I was going to ask you, did you shade that side more, though, because they were going heavy to Davante?
Yeah, I was just making sure where he was, keeping an eye on him before the play.
We also got a big play on special teams from a guy they've been missing the last month or so.
All right.
Power Play of the Week, sponsored by IBEW Local 177, powering Jacksonville since 1912.
On a kickoff and really got the guys going, I think, in the second half as he broke one for 52 yards. Great run. Looks like he's healthy again. Andre's got his speed back, and Jamal Agnew's dangerous when he's 100%.
Absolutely. I was hoping he'd bring that to the crib. That's what he does, but that was a big way to start the second half.
But the big thing here was you guys had gotten a field goal right at the end of the first half with that bonus possession, and then he comes out. But if you see the sideline and you guys, the way you react after he does this, you could feel the momentum was still with you even after the halftime break.
And you know how big that middle 8 is. They always talk about it. And so we was able to execute.
I always thought the middle 8 was huge in college basketball or the NBA. It's really, Doug Peterson stresses that a huge amount to these guys and in the NFL, and it paid off yesterday with the Jaguars getting a huge 10 points to get back in the game. All right, we're back here at Jags Report live at Sneakers in Jax Beach, and Andre, Cisco, and I are outside. So here's the deal. When you drop an interception in practice, right, you got to get down and do 10 push-ups.
Yeah, right away.
So we're doing 10 push-ups, but Andre's doing it for a dropped interception. I'm doing it for a different reason, Hicken. And you might want to because I told Andre I kind of gave up on the defense yesterday.
Oh, you did, yeah.
The second quarter, I said they were broken.
Yeah, let's go ahead and as we welcome back. Well done, guys. Come on back inside. I didn't drop it. I'm not doing any push-ups. Let's look at some of Brent's Twitter from yesterday, and we'll show them to you right now. Defense is broken. Can't stop a thing. Raiders doing a good job of moving Adams all over the place. Jags might give up 45 today. Unfortunately, I think a lot of folks in town felt this coming. Oh, Brent, what a route by Davante Adams. The Jags getting blown out. Jags might not win until December, folks, even if they do that. Okay, it's of the moment. It's the frustration of the fan, the media. This is what Twitter does to us, Andre. We apologize.
I had to pay for it, but the bottom line is it didn't look good. We've been around here for a long time. You know me. I do sunshine and rainbows at the end of the show. I'm a positive guy, but you lost me yesterday in the second quarter for a minute.
I get it. And you're used to hot starts from us this year, too. So
that's a good point.
Also a good point.
Okay, but now this is why you did the push-ups.
Yes.
Oh, man, you want it back, don't you?
I mean, you're the ball hawk. We got to have that one.
Yeah.
What
read.
Is this the same old, like, you start running with it before you catch it?
Yeah, it's one of those, and it's like when you read it so fast and it's just floating up there, like, and now, hit me in the chest, and I ain't no excuses.
No excuse at all, but this is kind of the play that you guys have just been missing, but the cool part about it is you still overcome it and go get the drive right after your offense picks you up, right? I mean, that's kind of in that 5-game losing streak. It was like one play that wasn't working for you, and you guys then shut them down. After that, it didn't take a turnover, I guess is what I'm saying. You guys did it in a different way on Sunday.
Right, and so that's why you get the win. You're able to correct it and just, got to detail it up in practice because, like, you can't have that.
Yeah, don't worry. We wouldn't have been doing push-ups today if you lost.
Right.
I wasn't going to bring it up, but I figured we could get away with it.
Have some fun now. All's well that ends well.
After the win. Do you start thinking, you had one last week in London. You got a couple. I mean, you are a ball hawking guy. You got a couple of picks, but are you a little mad at yourself right now? You think you could have 4 or 5 at this point?
Yeah, and it happens that way. The way I talk to myself, I'm like, listen, Steph Curry misses threes, Michael Jordan, people lose in the finals. You know what I mean? So I just talk myself up that way and keep moving forward.
And get the next one. Hey, you guys respect, obviously, the super talented players in the league. How good is Patrick Mahomes to watch, and how fun will it be to compete against him?
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. It's a great opportunity for all of us just going into Arrowhead and playing the game there on Sunday.
Yeah. Have you heard how loud it is at Arrowhead?
I've heard, and I got a cousin that's been a fan of them for my whole life, so I've heard about it.
Who's he rooting for next week?
I ain't gonna ask no questions.
Listen, here's my advice. Watch 87. He's pretty good, too. The tight end, Kelsey, has been terrific for him. And they got a whole new group of receivers, and it doesn't seem to affect this guy. He's clearly the best quarterback in the game right now.
And I don't want you to give away the game plan or anything, but how hard is it to defend a guy that keeps plays alive as long as he does? That means you got to cover. I mean, I know you're not a corner, but you still have to have your eye discipline and everything else covered. You're chasing guys all over the field, sometimes for 6, 7, 8 seconds against him.
Right, and it's in those crucial third down moments, those red zone moments where it matters the most. So you got to be on top of it every snap.
I'll tell you this. You know he's going to throw the football up a lot.
Yep.
Plenty of chances to go grab one.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Hey, let's take a look.
I want you to get a pick,
Yeah.
and then I want you at the end of the game to save the football, sneak in the locker room, and ask him to sign it.
Wow. That's bold. I don't know if I'm doing that.
All right, just bring it on the show when you come next
There you
Monday. There's a look at the injury report. Evan Ingram, keep an eye on that now. That back looked uncomfortable. He tried to go a couple of other times in that game, and he's a big piece of what the Jaguars are trying to do offensively. Let's bring in Action Sports Jax' Olivia Tassley. She has more on this week's injury report.
This injury report is brought to you by Flagler Health, orthopedic specialists.
The NFL will make its regular season debut in Germany this weekend as Tom Brady and the Bucs and Geno Smith and the Seahawks head to Munich. But not every player will make the trip. For the Bucs, it could mean losing tight end Cameron Brate, who has been dealing with a neck injury. A common one among athletes is called a stinger. Let's bring in our doctor from Flagler Health Plus to explain.
So a stinger is what we call a transient radiculopathy, which basically when the neck is hit and you have a stretch injury to some of the nerves that go from your neck down your arm. So players will feel tingling, sometimes a shooting pain that goes into the arm itself. Usually it's transient, goes away within a few minutes, and it's not something to worry about. When it's bilateral, we worry about it, and when it doesn't go away.
With Brate out, rookie Cade Otton has stepped up, and he showed out against the Rams. He locked in the most receiving yards Sunday night and the game-winning touchdown. For the Flagler Health Plus Injury Report, I'm Olivia Tassley, Action Sports Jax.
That's a happy edition of Sunshine and Rainbows here on the show. And I got to give a shout-out to that offensive line, Dan. I mean, they've given up a dozen sacks through 9 games, and Trevor does a good job sometimes getting away. The offensive line is really doing a nice job.
Plus ETN's over 100 yards, 3 straight games. I mean, they've been outstanding. Got a rookie center playing and doing well. Shatley's been playing good football for him in place of. So, so far so good.
And I thought that was a culture win for Doug Peterson. You know, he kept this team together. They kept kept the team together, and they popped the bubble and popped the balloon, and were able to do it.
I have to ask you about the last one, though.
Well, because it leads into this. I thought Doug helped these guys across the finish line by kicking the field goals at the end.
Okay.
He took the points. And Riley Patterson might have missed one, but he made the second one.
Ooh.
And if he missed that one, then you would have been thinking really bad things.
Cisco, when that one doinked off the upright, I was like, oh, no.
Yeah.
What was the score at that point? It was
24-20.
You're up 4.
Yeah. It was crucial, but it was a 4 and out. So
Yeah.
You should have seen Dan's tweets at that time. You would have made him do 20
pull them
push-ups
up. Where they at? I want to see.
Don't put those up.
Hey, how about what Florida's?
It's time for What Floored Us, sponsored by North Florida Epoxy Floors.
Okay, this is still baffling, right?
Right.
This is the part that still, even though the win yesterday, the Jags are better than 3-6.
Yes.
Look at the point differential. They are plus 21. Everyone else in the South, Dan.
Negative.
I mean, gosh, and we should mention today
Yes.
that Jeff Saturday is now the coach of the Indianapolis Colts.
Frank Reich was fired today.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Jeff Saturday was working at ESPN.
Yes.
I watch it all the time, so when I seen it, I was like,
Yeah.
whoa.
Yeah, that is interesting.
I wish
And,
we had 2 games left with the Colts.
hey, a little bit, can I go crazy, Sunshine and Rainbows?
Yeah.
The Jags are 2 games behind in the wild card race.
Yeah.
And 2 games behind the Titans.
2 left with the
2.5.
Titans?
They got 2 left with the Titans.
That's right.
Don't give
Don't
up
forget
on
that.
this thing just yet. You
Yeah.
got 8 games to go.
Yeah.
Got to go on a run now.
Yeah. It's not too late. That's all I know.
Not too late.
Hey, I will say this. I've asked this question a lot. Once you got the first one, does this feel like a locker room that's like now going to be like, all right, let's feed off the momentum and go get a couple more?
Yeah, I mean that's been the plan. You know, since the losing streak starts, let's just break this rod, get on a streak, and carry on. Forget about it.
All right, man. Go have fun in Kansas City. Don't talk to your cousin all week, though, right? I mean, he's a Chiefs fan. Just don't talk to him. And then hopefully get a W, then give him a call after that.
Yeah.
We'll be in Kansas City with the Jags. Play well on Sunday against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. That'll do it for us. Thanks for coming out to Sneakers here in Jax Beach. Andre will join us next Monday as well. Live on Fox 30 each and every Monday night. Have a good night, everybody.
Thanks for watching the Action Sports Jags Report Live. Coming to you live from Sneakers, sponsored by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.